Good morning. This is Deaconess Tammie with today's good news. Today, my good news is coming from Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 21. And thy ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. My good news title is Spiritual Discipline. Father in heaven, we give you thanks for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for allowing us to have another day. For this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. If you wander off the road to the right or to the left, you will hear his voice behind you saying, Here is the road, follow it. Life at its best sometimes demands so much of us. Often there are two things we do not have enough of: spiritual energy and physical energy. We are living in a fast-paced world. Our energies are absorbed and channeled into everything that we are doing, our families, our jobs, our social life, if we have one. Only a very few of us can deny this feeling of exhausting power from day to day. That feeling of I need to, I want to, but I can't. We need to stop and ask ourselves, what are we seeking? What are we running from? We've lost control of ourselves by not seeking some basic foundations that will enable us to be our own person by making ourselves responsible. Often we impose on ourselves high-risk expectations and we have goals that we set before us that are unattainable. Often, however, while we work towards them, we need to look to the right and the left and sometimes behind us as we move forward. Can you imagine getting into your car and driving without looking straight ahead? What about the signs that need to be read that have been put there for our benefit? What about the risk of not stopping, not slowing down in a curb, not staying within the speed limit, or changing lanes without looking, or ignoring the dead-end signs, or the road washed out signs? Even though God blesses us, He anticipates our inability to live perfect lives. We are in motion not to be, but to become. This is why He tells us, if you wander off the road to the right or the left, you will hear His voice behind you saying, Here is the road, follow it. We need to spend more of our time learning about ourselves as well as others. Take a tree, for example. If there is no new growth on the inside, there cannot be any on the outside. Likewise, unless we are deeply rooted in God, we will not grow. The very essence of growth lives within the infinite Creator who is the source of our life. We all should seek to become disciplined in order to grow spiritually. God helps us to make our way through the circumstances that we face daily. Progress in the sense of acquisition has some value, yet progress in the sense of being is a great deal more. We need to grow higher, deeper, and wider as time passes to conquer difficulties and acquire more and more of God's power. Without spiritual discipline, we cannot grow in faith or feeling, all as our faculties unfold and the truth descends upon us. With this discipline, we feel more alive, more genuinely ourselves. Remember, we are just passing through this wonderful and beautiful earth that God has created for us. God has given us every possible opportunity to live our lives to the utmost, to look upon every fresh impression, to develop every latent capacity, to grow as much as ever with His energy at work in us. Growth is within our grasp. This is the good news.